Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. That $12 million that he won, does he have to give that back? And anybody else in the world who bet on Garcia to win or lose, does all of that get reversed? What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Thursday morning. Y'all know what that means. We got one more day till the weekend, and I got a good show to get you through today to the Friday. All right, I got two lead stories for you today. There's a 6-week abortion ban in Florida that we need to talk about, and a huge breaking story. Ryan Garcia tests positive for a banned substance in his fight against Devin Haney. I'm going to read you guys and fill you guys in on everything that's going on. Then we're going to jump into quick news. We're going to talk about Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria hitting number 1, Coi Leray, Kanye West, Kobe Bryant's daughter turning 18 years old. That's actually pretty sad. Then we got speed news, Lil Kim, Shade Room, Cher, Willow, and Monique. Then we got question of the day and sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, devices, or your radios up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Florida's 6-week abortion ban went into effect yesterday, and it will impact neighboring states as well. Let me read to you a little bit of the story. Florida's 6-week abortion ban officially went into effect yesterday, impacting thousands of women. Florida's new abortion law, which is deemed one of the strictest limits in the nation, will impact citizens in multiple southern states. The new bill will be signed into law by former presidential candidate Governor Ron DeSantis. According to the Washington Post, Florida accounts for about 1 in 12 abortions the U.S. has seen since Roe versus Wade was overturned in 2022. Women seeking abortion care in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee will now have to travel north to North Carolina or Virginia to get access to care. As previously reported, many states have buckled down on their laws around reproductive rights. Florida was one of the states that automatically enforced a 15-week ban in July 2022, shortly after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. The new updated law will remain intact over the next few months, but voters will have a say in November. Please remember that a ballot measure on abortion rights will appear on Florida's election ballots in November. Wow, I just don't understand how Florida just operates like this. And the other thing I don't understand is that if this is enacted in Florida, why does this affect other states? Like, why does this affect Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee? I don't get it if this is just Florida. But anyways, you guys know my stand on this. I try not to get too political, but I am definitely pro-choice. I feel like a woman should have her right. All women should have rights over their body. And I just think this is ridiculous, especially how Ron DeSantis keeps pushing this down people's throats. And I feel like it's wrong. I try not to get too political on the Trent Out Loud podcast. When I first started out, I was very political, and it's just literally too stressing. But on things like this, I do feel like it's any content creator's right. Not right, but duty to speak up and at least say, how they feel. So yeah, I feel like this is 100% wrong. I totally disagree with this bill. And I hope that at least the Florida voters will come out in November and speak their, and vote for their right for women to have a choice. And then the other thing too is, you keep on hearing all of these things about Florida, about, not letting, books about Black history in their schools or whatever. At the end of the day, move out of Florida. You know what I mean? Leave the state of Florida to whoever wants to be there and just move out. I don't understand how people could live in Florida with the laws and the stuff that they have going on there. Ron DeSantis is fully crazy. I feel like he's a nut job. But anyways, man, just shout out to the state of Florida. I love Florida. I actually have family out there. I was literally in Florida, I think 3 times in December. I was in Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, and Miami for South Beach for Art Basel. And I love Florida, but leave it as a place to visit, leave it as a place to vacation, live somewhere else where you have rights. This is just crazy to me. All right, in our second lead story, Ryan Garcia tests positive for the banned drug Osterin the day before and the day of his win over Devin Haney. All right, this is crazy. This broke last night. I saw it all over my timeline. It was going nuts. I'll read the story to you. Ryan Garcia tests positive for the banned performance enhancement drug Osterin after taking a voluntarily anti-dopamine associated test relating to his majority decision win over Devin Haney on April the 20th. Boxing journalist Dan Rafael reported the news Wednesday night, citing multiple sources with knowledge of the results. Mike Copenhager from ESPN added this info. All right, Mike tweeted this. Ryan Garcia tested positive for PED Osterin the day before and the day of the Devin Haney win. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Listen to this. He said, Garcia has 10 days to request his B sample be tested. His A sample also screened positive for 19 other, I can't pronounce this word, norgastridatrone. It's like 20 letters, but it's unconfirmed. So I think what he's basically trying to say is that there's more to come. There's more testing and there's more things to come. We'll see what his B sample tests like, but 99.9% of the time, your A sample and your B sample are the same thing. I really don't think there's a mistake in the A sample. It goes on to say Garcia was supposed to fight Haney for the WBC super lightweight title, but disqualified himself from winning the belt after coming in 3 pounds overweight in the weigh-in. After the news broke, Garcia responded on Twitter. So after the news broke, not about the weigh-in, just to be clear, the news broke about him testing positive for this drug. He wrote this. He goes, "My bad. I shouldn't have taken this." And he puts this picture of this this root thing, like herbs. So he's basically trying to say quickly right now, like he posted this at 8:37 p.m. last night, and the news broke around the same time. So he's basically trying to say that he took this root drug and it's probably skewing the result. So that's his immediate answer. And then he also said,
"What's up, everybody? I came on here to address this claim that I cheated. Everybody knows that I don't cheat. If they found it before, why would they let me step into the ring as a cheater? I never taken a steroid. I don't even know where to get steroids.
No weapon against me shall prosper." By the way, I'll put up the picture of the drug that he said that he was taking, the root, which is, not a drug, but a herb. It says GAIA herbs. I'll put up the picture for those who want to see it. Just go to my YouTube page at Trend Out Loud. But yeah, his initial response is that this is not an illegal substance and he was taking a herb. The story goes on to say, an infuriated Bill Haney, Devin Haney's father and trainer, also spoke to Sports Illustrated about the matter. He said to Garcia, "You're trying to hurt my baby boy," Bill said. "We played it fair. We didn't do it like that. F boxing. This is some BS. I come from the streets. You scared of Danny on a level playing field? I feel effed up over this. If you could brag about doing it, you shouldn't have done it you shouldn't have been on drugs." Okay. And that's it. So, like I said, the story is new, like it's 12 hours old. We'll see what happens with the 19 other unconfirmed things that were found in his sample. We'll also wait to see if Ryan decides to use the 10-day window to have B sample tested, which I think would be a waste of time, but I guess they're probably going to do it anyways. And we'll see if this herb substance that he's claiming that he took is the thing that is showing up as Osterin. Oh, gosh, all of these big crazy names that I can't pronounce. Anyways, I will keep up to date on this. I'll let you guys know if there's anything more tomorrow. But Ryan is always drama, man. Always full of drama. There's always something going on with him. If you guys remember a couple of podcasts ago, I talked about him where he was pretending to be out the night before partying, and then he bet on himself, and everybody bet against him because they thought that he was drugged up and drunk and whatever, and then he bet on himself and won. Not only did he win the fight, but he won $12 million. So what I would like to know is that if this test holds up, if it remains positive and it does hold up that it is this drug pedorchestrine, now I guess he loses the fight. It gets disqualified from the fight, so he's going to have to give the money back to Devin, because I guess Devin would win by default because you cannot win the fight if you are on drugs. And then B, what else I would like to know is that in Vegas, in betting, wherever he places bet, whether it be on a betting app or in Vegas, that $12 million that he won, does he have to give that back? And anybody else in the world who bet on Garcia to win or lose, does all of that get reversed? Like, this is going to be a story, I'm sure, for the next couple of days. I will stay on top of it and let y'all know. If you guys know anything else that I could say in tomorrow's show, please send me an email, trendoutloud@cfqr600.com. Comment underneath this YouTube video or send me a message at any of my social handles at TrentOutLoud. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Kendrick Lamar's diss track Euphoria has reached #1 on the US Apple Music. Boo. Yo, I still don't like the song. It's a day into it. I still don't think it's what we deserve. I don't think it's what we've been waiting on. But I don't want to be a hater. Although Kendrick Lamar admits that he is a Drake hater. I don't want to be like Kendrick. I don't want to hate. Hey, you put out a song. It's #1 on Apple. All the more power to you. I'll give you your props for hitting #1. I didn't even know this was on DSPs. From what I heard, he released it on YouTube. But I checked on Tidal and it is there. So shout out to Kendrick, #1 on Apple. But like I said in episode 239 on yesterday's podcast, yo, we're tired of the slaps, punts, backs and forth. You keep on threatening on every track. Yo, come with the bazooka, come with a shot to Drake's head, or stop firing. All right, in our second quick story, Coi Leray shares a message about her father, Benzino, after he spoke about R. Kelly in a recent interview. All right, this is crazy. I really don't want to play this whole interview because Benzino just sounds like a big idiot. But I will play a small little clip of it, and then I'll let you know what Coi Leray said. Here's Benzino on some podcast.
Do you think we should give R. Kelly a second chance?
Everybody deserves a second chance. The legal age is 16 years old. So does that make it right if it does it? Yes or no?
It's very wrong.
But it's legal in America.
This guy lost me when he said, yo, everybody deserves a second chance. 100% Benzino. Just go to jail and let everybody out and be like, yo, you guys all deserve a second chance. Like, what a stupid thing to say, man. Anyways, Coi Leray said this. I want everybody to know I want nothing to do with anything my father has going on. I haven't spoken to him in over a year, and I don't condone or respect any of them interviews he got going on. I don't respect his decision, and I really want nothing to do with him. Please don't even think of me when you see him. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, to speak about your father like that, that's nuts. Like, you know, that's some serious hate. She said, sharing the same DNA and blood doesn't make us family. Loyalty, boundaries, respect, teaching, guidance, love, patience, encouragement makes us family. Keep me away from people who try to get their own lick back, please and thank you. Anyways, she's just clearly upset at her dad, and I totally agree with her. I would do the exact same thing. So shout out to Coi Leray. All right, in our third quick story, Kanye West's Chief of Staff Milo Yiannopoulos, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time pronouncing these big words today, writes a formal letter saying he will not be complicit in any pornography. If you guys remember, I think it was last week where Kanye West put out something. It was after his diss track he put out with Metro and Future, and he said, go to Yeezy.com because we're going to start putting porn on Yeezy.com, which I told you all was just him just trying to get us to Yeezy.com. Anyways, his chief of staff, Milo, put this out. He said, dear, and it's blacked out. We don't know who it's to, but we're going to assume that it's Kanye. He said, I cannot be complicit in the production or the dissemination of pornographic films and literature for moral and religious reasons, but also because such material and the kind of people inevitably involved in this production represents an imminent danger to my life as a recovering addict and an unacceptable risk to my spiritual and physical health as a former homosexual. What in the world is going on with Kanye and his camp, man? Yo, these guys are weird. For those of you who don't know, like Milo is like this right-wing leftist, like crazy guy. Like we don't even know like why Kanye is working with somebody like that. Well, I guess it makes sense because Kanye be crazy on his own sometimes. But this guy said, "Yo, I don't want to have anything to do with porn because of my physical health as a former homosexual." I've never heard anybody say they're a former homosexual. Anyways, yo, so who knows? Let's see if we're going to see some porn on Yeezy.com. All right, in our fourth and final quick story, unfortunately, very sad news. Y'all know I'm a big, huge Kobe fan. Vanessa Bryant pens a sweet message for her daughter, Gianna, on her 18th birthday. It's really sad, man. Shout out to Kobe and Gianna. Vanessa Bryant posted this on Instagram. She said, "Happy birthday to my gorgeous girl, Gigi. I love you. I miss you. I'm so proud of you. 2024 was your year. You would have been graduating high school and choosing which college to go to. I would have been trying my hardest to convince you to stay close to home. I'm proud of the change in sports you and Daddy worked so hard on. You continue to motivate me and inspire young women and girls daily. I love you always, Mommy. Forever 18. Oh, that's so sad, man. Like, imagine having to write a letter or a note or a message to your 18-year-old child that passed away 5 or 6 years ago with her dad. That is so sad. The one good thing is that she passed away with Kobe. That's the one thing that's sweet about the whole situation because they were so close. But yeah, just really sad, man. Really sad. All right, this brings us to speed news. Ring my bell. All right, this is a funny one. Alabama woman says she was doing the Lil Kim signature dance to help her dodge bullets during a shooting. Listen to this.
So I'm walking to the car and I got my baby with me. I hear fire, 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 at least by 7 rounds. So I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking, I'm doing Lil Kim.
Yo, for those of you who want to see the video, go to my YouTube page. It's hilarious. For all my hip hop heads out there, you know, like the Lil Kim, the like, I can't remember what song she does that with. I think it's all about the Benjamins, or I can't remember what song, but anyways, people have been making fun of Lil Kim for doing that for years. Anyways, I also put a clip of Lil Kim doing it, but yeah, that's funny that Lil Kim is going to be remembered. Like, she's GOAT, like top 5 female rappers of all time, and she's going to be remembered for that stupid dance. Anyways, man, shout out to Lil Kim. All right, in our second speed story, the Shade Room has updated their viral calendar for April. They put out, y'all favorite celebs did a little tussling on the internet and in the music for the month of April. For April, what do y'all think May is going to bring us? So Shade Room does this every month. Shout out to the Shade Room, by the way. I got not all of my stories, but a lot of my stories from them. So yeah, they have this calendar. I'm going to put it up on my YouTube page. So January was Cat Williams. It's whatever like the most viral moment for the month was. So January, it was Cat Williams. February was, what's this girl's name? Rosa Tilsa, the girl who went on TikTok and said, "Who the F did I marry?" If y'all remember her. But she shares February with Drake. There was Drake, his meat being exposed on his airplane. That was a big story. March was, of course, Diddy, the raid on his house, for sure. He owned that. And now they put April, they put Drake. So kind of Drake is in there for 2 months, but they put Drake, Ross, and, you know, everybody who has been beefing. Quavo, Chris Brown, or whatever. So it's like April, which is about beef. But I feel like Drake and Kendrick kind of got robbed a little because that was people just kind of like piggybacking, like the hip hop media did it, then Drake, then Quavo and Chris Brown or whatever. If you ask me, April should just be Drake and Kendrick because at the end of the year, that's the only beef we're going to remember. We're not going to remember all these little stupid beefs like the Afro beats, WizKid and David is beefing. No, April should be, and Rick Ross shouldn't be in there, yo. It should just be Drake and Kendrick. All right, in our third speed story, Cher talks about her relationship preference with younger men. Here is Cher on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
The reason I got with young men is because men my age or older, well, now they're all dead, but they were always terrified to approach me. And younger men were the only ones that...
They're bold.
Yo, shout out to Cher. Cher out here cougaring it, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. Do your thing, Cher. All right, in our fourth speed story, Willow Smith shows out with her vocals during her Tiny Desk concert. Okay, y'all know I'm a big fan of Tiny Desk. Every time there's a Tiny Desk, I tell you all about it. And y'all know I'm a big Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, all of them, Jaden. I've always liked them. I will admit, though, they've been doing some weird stuff for the past couple of years, but I do always love them. And I've always loved Willow. But as much as a Smith fan I am, I had no idea that Willow had such dope vocals. I had no idea. Now, I remember her song when she was a kid, Whip My Hair, and I know that she's done some other kind of like rock stuff, but I never really heard her sing like this. And that's what's beautiful about Tiny Desk. It strips everything down and you really get to be intimate with the artist. People are kind of like dragging her online because she put something makeup on her face or whatever, but she's alternative. She's like an Erykah Badu, and I just don't know why they don't accept her for that. But anyways, take a listen. I'll play a little clip. I wish I could play you guys the whole thing, but as you guys know, for copyright reasons, I can't play the whole thing. But just take a listen. You'll hear how good her vocals are, man. Yo, shout out to Willow. Take a listen.
Try to call you, you don't answer your phone. You're the only. I guess I was wrong to assume. Let's go get it.
Yo, man, those notes and like, yo, she was killing it, yo. Shout out to Willow. I'm impressed. Don't listen to those haters online. Anything you do, they're gonna hate on it. She's an alternative. She's like an alternative neo soul rock artist. Yo, she is dope. Don't listen to nobody what they saying online, Willow. You killed it. All right, in our fifth and final speed story, Monique goes off on Tyler Perry and Oprah during her comedy show, also claims Oprah and Gayle King are lovers. She says, you coon mother effer, we need to bring that B word back to black. I love Monique, no hate, but I'm really getting sick and tired of hearing her talk about Oprah and Tyler Perry. She was just on Shannon Sharp doing this, and it's like, but look, I mean, I guess if it's in her comedy skit, like fine, but anyways, I'm reluctantly playing a little clip, but here it is. Like I said, it's her story. She wants to put it in her comedy skit. She must like, fine, can't hate on that, but yo, I just move on. It's been like 15 years almost now. All right, this brings us to question of the day. What's an old school trend you think we should bring back? I don't know if we've done this before. I think we may have done this before, but whatever. It's a good one. Somebody said dressing nicely for graduations and funerals. I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming with that. Somebody else wrote children staying in children's places. 100% agree with that. Agreed. Gender roles. Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair. Accept the progress of our world and respecting everyone's right to feel and be whoever they want. All right. Somebody wrote men not carrying purses. Don't agree with that. We spoke about that. I think it was like 2 podcasts ago. Yo, let people carry whatever they want to carry, dress however they want to dress. It's 2024, people. But I guess the question is old school things that should make a comeback. But hey, you have the right to your own opinion. Midnight Law 202 said fist fights and no guns. I'm here for that. I like that. Black Butterfly wrote straight up etiquette, knowing what's appropriate and when. Okay, I like that. Yeah, we should bring etiquette back. I like this one. Somebody wrote prices on homes, cars, food, and everything. We need that number to drop. Well, unfortunately, inflation just a real thing. You can't go back to the 50s, and it's all relative, right? Like, yes, houses cost $50,000, but you also made $20 a week. So it all comes down to the same thing. Official Charles said, common sense, morals, and respect. The real bona fide beauty wrote, parents actually being parents, caring about what their kids do and get into. I can get down with that. I agree. Young Black Billionaire wrote, not putting your business on social media, that should come back fast. Listen, as a content creator, I don't know. I like social media, man. I think, listen, the people who always get on social media, I'm like, social media is bad or whatever. I guarantee if social media were to go away, y'all would really, really miss it. I'm not saying social media is all positive, but it is very entertaining. Y'all are just mad because you're too addicted to it. Somebody wrote, women without BBLs and just natural bodies. I see where you're coming from, but again, if somebody wants to have a bigger butt or bigger boobs, like, we had implants since the 80s, right? So stop it. K_Killam wrote, men not wanting to be treated like queens. I don't know. That's very loaded, but I'll let that slide. Black people sticking together. I don't know if that's ever really happened, man. You go back into slavery time, black people were selling black people. So I digress. I don't know. I think we definitely need more unity. I think we're actually more united now than we were before. There's still crabs in a bucket mentality, but I feel like we're getting better. All right, let me read a couple more. Okay, this person's name is way too long, but he said, people disciplining their children and not expecting the school to do all of it. I agree with that. I like that. Last one, fathers giving their sons money while schooling them on how to cater to their little girlfriends. Here, go get some flowers. What? Hold on. Fathers giving their sons money while schooling them on how to cater to their little girlfriends. Here, go get her some flowers. I feel like we could do a little bit better than that and just go get them some flowers. All right. What old school thing would I like to bring back? Funny enough, never even thought I would say this, but I do miss some of the sitcoms. Because right now, I don't feel like there's any good sitcoms. I mean, I'm a streaming service guy, 110%, but I do miss the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and those kind of you know what I mean? Like those kind of shows, those half an hour kind of funny shows. Because I don't even like comedy, but when there's a good comedy like that, I'm into it. So if you want to go old school to bring it back, it would be a nice, good half an hour comedy. The last one I've seen that from the past couple of years was on Netflix. What was his name? Can't remember, but the name of the show was Black AF. Kenya Burns did that show. It was good. It was half an hour. It was a comedy. It felt like a sitcom. So yeah, I would bring back old school sitcoms. All right, this brings us to sports news. All right, I already talked about Ryan Garcia at the top of the show. He really should have been in sports news, but that was too much of a big story. So I do have something funny for you. Not much going on in the NBA right now. So I found this funny story about Shaquille O'Neal and his feet. And he said he paints his toenails with sparkles and design ever since he dropped 40 in a game after painting them for the first time. And then when somebody said, what kind of money do you pay? And he said, I give around $1,000 because I know my feet stink. For those of you who are not watching this on YouTube, go to my YouTube page right now and watch the video of Shaq's feet. It's the nastiest, ugliest feet you have ever seen in your life. Here's a little clip.
When you get a pedicure, how much does it cost?
I give about $1,000 because I know my feet stink. I know they're ugly and I like to paint them.
All right. That was the clip of him saying it, but I'll play right beside me a video of him actually in the foot salon getting his sorry, I just pressed play there by accident. And it starts at his head and it pans down and goes to his feet. They're the biggest, ugliest, nastiest feet I've ever seen in my life. I think it's size 24 of just pure nastiness. Anyways, that's it. That's the show. I'm excited that tomorrow is Friday, but thanks for kicking it with me. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube or podcast platforms, please try to check me out daily on CFQR600.com or 600 AM if you're in the Montreal area. The Trend Out Loud podcast does play on the radio. We do play this with 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a good vibe, gets you through right in the middle of your day. If you're at work or at home or in school or whatever, it's a great hour. So please try to check me out. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to this show on CFQR600.com. By the way, you can listen on any device anywhere in the world. Just go to CFQR600.com. If you're used to listening to us, and you can always catch us on from 11 to 12, you can always catch this show on YouTube or podcast platforms on demand, 24 hours a day. It's there, it's recorded. You can listen to it on the weekend, listen to it at your own convenience. Of course, the music is not there, but please check us out on YouTube, on podcast platforms. Just type in Trent Out Loud. Thanks a lot for kicking with me. I will see you tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.